Let's go scope things out.
Game three, everyone.
Right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 of this best of 3. So the rubber game of the series here between AYAYA and TWA. We are on Land of Fire. Let's have a look over the AYAYA lineup here. Prey Q in a Delny. Not the first time we've seen him in one of those this match. Our first gearing of the entire tournament, at least that I've seen. Yichu in a very, very classic torpedo build gearing here. Torpedo reload. Well, not full torpedo reload. Definitely unique upgrade. Radio location, Swift in Silence. Okay. Move on to Puerto Rico there. Love it. BYF's ill-fated Brisbane. Let's see if he can stay in the game longer this time.
I want another shot at this.
I know. He's like, sorry, boys. I have not been playing well today. RBQ and a Yoshino. I got great value out of that ship last game. Moyo and Austin. And Akatsuki back in a Prince Van Orangi. What's TWA feeling at the bottom of the map, Zath?
Akatsuki is actually in a Zhao last game. He's the one that came right out in front and torped him.
I know.
The Prince in the face. So let's see. To the south, TWA, Stakiko, Henri for going to the B cap. Solitude's Grozovoy playing more mid along with Ford and Tadon's Marsu. And Vile Nine's Daring. I get the feeling they're trying to get an early pick in the middle here. We've got Elysia, PRPR's Prince Van Oranje coming up to probably the island, I would imagine, over on the G line. We'll see. Kenny Mod in the Des Moines with this, the build you've come to expect him play. I think he's going to go to that safe spot south of C along the 7 line. That's kind of dangerous for him. And then Messi was continuing to play Henri, working his way to the 10 line, to the Fidget Spinner Island, I think.
I think, Zath, and I'm speculating, but I think that they're RPF, because I think the Marceau and the Daring have RPF. Do they not? Let's see. Forward under Don does not. Vile does. I think they were sussing out this Delny push and trying to maybe catch a glimpse of him. We're 100% going to see a glimpse of it here, and it's going to be interesting to see here. The Delny lit, now the Marceau lit, and we're going to see all the shells coming in. Everybody going to be shooting at everybody else very, very quickly here.
Absolutely.
Surprised that Messi's not using his reload booster, saving it for a better moment. All we're going to do here is turn away each other's ships. Prey actually doesn't take a single point of damage in that exchange. Forward under Dawn, on the other hand, does take a little bit. Oh, they finally did tag Prey there.
Yeah, you jinxed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. If I was Messi, I would have been using reload booster, but I think he's waiting to try to farm out the Puerto Rico.
It's probably not a bad call. They've kind of got the Rico pinned at the moment. I would say pinned. I mean, they can spot him, right? You've got the Henri taking shells at him and Elysia's Prince Orangi taking shells at him as well. The AYAYA push, though, looking like it's coming down the 1-2 line, right? We got 4 ships over here pushing south fairly regularly, whereas everybody over at C set up to kite.
And Puerto Rico limping away. He's kind of chilling in the channel right now.
Yichu's gearing, pushing south. Quick as he can, please. Trying to get spots on everything in front of him for his team. Pretty sure he had RPF in this build. Let's double check just to make sure that I'm not lying to you. Okay, good. Yep, they do catch it. Yep, they catch Solitude there going behind the islands. It's going to be a bit of a wasted radar, but at least they know where he is.
Well, and Stakiko's Henri opens up, so now they know where he is.
Well, and the Austin. I mean, that SAP directly into his stern isn't going to get tons, but it's going to get something.
Yeah, it's chewing up.
Grozovoy, remember, fairly resilient. One of those few destroyers that has a heal. Not the crazy heal like you get off a Nusta Shimmy or Laffy, but still a good heal.
Now, earlier you mentioned Yichu's gearing running Swift and Silence. Remember, Swift and Silence is a boost to your speed if you are not detected, and you have a debuff to your gun reload. So you're basically not as good in a gunfight, but you're much quicker. And that's important in a competitive environment. It allows gearing to get places sooner than the enemy thinks, essentially. But TWA kind of knows timings quite well.
Yes. Well,
So we'll have to
and
see how that plays out there.
look what's happening here already. Vile's daring, Dawn's Marceau rotating back across mids, setting up to receive what's very clearly an AYAYA push down the 3-4 line. That's the beauty of the way these French destroyers work. They can just easily reposition around the map, and one of the reasons they are consistently at the higher end of the cost scale when it comes to destroyers in this game.
We have another knife fight between the Marceau and Delny. PreQ, though, taking a bunch of damage for that.
Yep. Got chunked by the AP there, but it's the Brisbane radar in smoke, the gearing smoke into the Brisbane radar here. Or it wasn't radar, he was just spotted, I guess. Yeah, Brisbane radar on cooldown for 10 more seconds. They used that radar earlier to catch a glimpse of Solitude.
Torpedoes coming by Ichu.
Yeah, Brisbane's going to have to make some maneuvering choices here, or he's going to take at least one of these. There comes the radar.
Next radar. Catches Solitude, but Akatsuki's not there to do much.
Tons and tons of targets here for these guys to punish. Moyo's Austin pops his shell boost. His fancy SAP guns go burb skill. This entire series is going to come down to this push at the B cap, Zath, in my mind.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody's putting their cards on the table early in this game.
Now, Brisbane's hydro is down. He cannot see these torpedoes. He's going to move up and take one in the bow. Those must have been daring torpedoes. That didn't hit him that hard.
Yeah, it didn't seem to do much.
Ichiu's gearing now finally about to step onto the B cap, but he's going to be opposed, right? The daring is right there. And in fact, they're spotted briefly. Ichiu's trying to use his superior detection here. Not getting much value out of it here as the Grozo is crawling up his stern. Vile takes a big hit, though.
Yeah, Austin trying to open up on Vile. Did not have reload booster ready.
You know, Zath, one of the things, we haven't looked at the 9-10 line in a bit, but TWA has not been idle, right? They've pushed Messi way up the 10 line. Like, I mean, way
he's
up.
He's actually gotten past the fidget spinner island.
Yeah. And of course, Muon's Puerto Rico has been busy out here in the middle of the map as well, getting kind of dunked. He's burned through a couple of heals, still in the game, still relatively healthy. But TWA tightening up their defense around the B caps so far. They have kept AYAYA out so far. No ships lost for either team. 3 minutes on the timer.
If I'm the Yoshino, I think it's time to go. I think just hit W and try to make a play.
They need to make something happen here, Zath. AYAYA is going to have to take a risk and hope that TWA either can't punish it or won't or just doesn't have it quite correct. However they get there.
Right.
Yichu,
like
buy some time, steps onto the B cap.
What I would probably do is take Muon, sail him through the channel right to sea, and move Yoshino forward too. Try to pincer the Henri out.
All right, Brisbane radar coming up. They can see Solitude. They know that Vile has left the cap. The Prince Van Orangi, that's Elysius, sets up over there. They should really try to focus out Solitude here if they can, Zath, I think.
Yeah, they should. I'm surprised Ichu's not smoking right now because he's got vision for free with the radar.
Ooh.
He doesn't need to be taking any of this damage.
Moyo's Austin absolutely beating the crap out of Vile with the SAP here. Not getting the kill, but big damage. The Delny. Ooh, they rotated PreQ back, Zath. Caught on Des Moines Hydro. I think they're trying to pincer Kenny here, maybe?
I think so too, but I don't like Muon's turn north here. Like, go to the south and then push through with PreQ at the same time.
They're leaving Kenyan out that he's going to be able to escape to the south because they don't have anybody there to stop it.
Exactly.
Kenny's hydro expires.
I think they turned him because they were worried about Alicia's Prince Van Oranje AP, but at this point, you got to make something happen. It's minute and 17 until you lose.
Yep, Kenny's hydro has expired, so they lose sight of those guys, so that means he's going to pop an info radar here, wants to keep tabs on what they're doing. Vile down to
They're
6K.
Yeah, they're sending Moyu's Austin down as deep as possible to try to get this pick.
Oh, he's going to die. He's 100% going to die. The
That'll do
Grozavoy
it, probably.
AP in the torpedoes and everything comes in. That's huge pressure. They lose the Austin. I think they were trying to push Alicia off the cap. Instead, they drive BYF's Brisbane in. That doesn't feel very amazing either, as the Henri AP is still down there. Oh, my goodness. That Henri position. Henri just feasting on these light cruisers. Sakiko having himself a game here, Zath.
Yeah. And that'll probably do it for this match.
Yeah, they pick up BYF. The game's going to be over. It's 10 seconds. They had to get onto the cap. They were down to 60 seconds. And at this point, BYF just had to take a few shells, and that's the game. Whoa!
Ding fries are done. Wow.
So looking back on that game, Zath, I think once it was obvious to AYAYA that TWA had repositioned, right, and brought assets back to defend B, that they probably needed to make more of a play along the 9-10 line they did. I think they were going to have to take that risk, and they just didn't.
Absolutely. And again, I don't understand the decision to not send that Puerto Rico through the channel. So what if he's going to take a few AP salvos? He's tanky enough to be able to handle
Puerto Rico should be able to handle that.
So you take the risk, you get behind Kenny or get on his side, try to knock him down with the Delny together. And at the same time, the Yoshino pushes, gets behind the Henri. You got to collapse a flank someplace, and they weren't willing to do it. And the result is TWA comes away with the win.
Yep. Solid win for TWA. They're going to move on to the winners bracket final against our friends in Resin, two old familiar foes. We'll see how that plays out. But you and I are not going to be casting that